Hello everybody, and welcome to our next game series, a point and click adventure game by the name of Norco. For those of you not familiar with Norco, please know that Norco is a 2022 point and click adventure game developed by Geography of Robots and published by Raw Fury. I'm reading the Wikipedia entry for the game. Set in a dystopian futuristic version of Norco, Louisiana, it follows Kay, a woman who has returned home after her estranged mother's death. While searching for her missing brother, she becomes entangled in the mystery of her mother's investigations. We are going to be playing this little ditty of a game that started off as like a multimedia sort of art slash history slash geography project that expanded into a full game. Made by an alumnus of my high school and received like kind of an outpouring of rewards and recognition in 2022 when it came out. Receiving a Metacritic score of 89 out of 100 and just getting kind of 9s and 10s across the board. No 10s. Just 9s across the board with some 8s. And it winning various awards like the Golden Joystick Award for Best Storytelling in 2022. And receiving like nominations for actually winning the Game Awards 2022, winning Best Debut Indie Game. No, it's nominated. These are nominations and not wins. Sorry to the game. I'm misrepresenting it. I should just read more before I start talking. But that's never been sort of my strong suit. So why are we playing Norco? Of all games, let's review the games this channel has done in this revitalization of being a channel. We've done Elden Ring, a titan of action-adventure RPG. We've done Marvel's Midnight Suns, a titan of friendship simulator and tactical combat. And now Norco, a adventure point-and-click game rendered in 8-bit. Well, the long and short of it is, Norco is basically my hometown. I say basically. I'm from a town next to Norco, but my mom was born and raised in Norco, and my mom's family was born and raised in Norco, and a lot of them still live there. This is a game that is very close to my heart. I am familiar with a ton of the stuff in this video game, and so I thought it would be neat to play through this, and for people who are not familiar with the region, who are not familiar with Norco, Louisiana, I'll be sort of like your guide through it as best as I can. I don't know. I just thought of it was a neat idea, and running the risk of doxing myself. But whatever. This is cool. Imagine like if you're from a small hometown. Imagine you have a small hometown that has a video game built around it. Isn't that? I mean, I would be insane not to cover this. Anyway, we are going to go into some of the settings, and I'm going to turn on expert mode. So we're going to get rid of text highlighting and other hints, a more challenging experience. Because I have played this game before, but it was when it came out 2 years ago, so I do not remember everything. So this will be fun. And I remember getting lost a couple of times in the original playthrough I did. So if I turn off hints and highlighted text, I'm going to get even more lost. And that's going to be fun too, because part of navigating southern Louisiana is getting lost. So I invite you to come get lost with me in Norco. Friends, family, this is a video game. And there's no voice acting in this adventure point and click game, so I will be doing my best, my level best, to do some voice acting for you. But before we get started, I'm going to do my routine, very amateurish checks to make sure everything is recording properly. It does seem to be recording properly. I might be capturing dual audio. I hope that's not a problem. We'll find out! Again, I don't know if you guys have picked this up from my other videos. I really don't know what I'm doing. This is all amateur hour over here. I never claimed to be a content creator. I just play one on my content creation channel. I'm going to get myself a drink real quick because I foresee I'm going to be doing a lot of reading. And so I'm going to need some of that old voice refresher, as it were. So I hope you enjoy the ambiance of this title screen that I hope you're seeing, because now I'm seeing that on my screen I'm just looking at my waveform. Whoopsie doopsie. But you should be seeing the title screen because I do have game capture on and not desk. There we go. Desktop capture. This is Norco. Let me crack open this. And now let's crack open the video game. Shield hit the stars behind halogen and flame projected onto the sky every night. Do I have to click? I do. There was no such thing as silence. The noise never went away. The refinery exhaled an endless sigh. I could never sleep. It was so loud. I still can't sleep without that sound. I'm going to be answering truthfully for myself. I cannot sleep without sound. You often dream that the towers were cathedrals, that the swamps listened when you spoke, that the birds became radiant spheres while circling Norco's sky. You spent your adolescence sleepwalking between little devastating rituals. Though Blake pleaded, you decided to leave. We're gonna learn that Blake is our brother. I knew he'd get over it. I didn't care. I knew he'd get over it. He never did. Oh, well, I guess, never mind. You caught out on a grainer. Grainer? You caught out on a grainer to Chicago and onward to the western coast, thinking you'd never return. You wandered throughout the overlit suburbs of the vast American limbo. Thumbing down 99, you saw an old man crouched in a roadside ditch. He was mouthing your name. He had a familiar gaze. He was gone when you wiped the sleep from your eyes. You spoke to Blake, learning of your mother's declining health, her insomnia, her erratic behavior. You ignored the urgency in your brother's voice. You headed east. So this is us. This is Kay, the person we are playing as. You threw your phone into the Rio Grande. Grande? Grande. The Rio Grande, and joined the armies of the Mesa. For months you were in the company of fugitives, sleeping in nuclear tunnels, repairing engines and weaponry. We're in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You can tell by the bottom of the screen. The war was a meme that set Albuquerque on fire. You escaped while the foot soldiers of a pop-up junta bloodied the parched land. While hiding in a freightliner, I can't read. I prayed, I slept, I forget. I'm gonna say I slept. You slept easily as the truck shuttled through the plains. You called home from a landline in a motel somewhere beyond Texas. You knew from Blake's hello that your mother was already dead. You hung up, shouldered your bag, returned to the highway. 5 years have passed. You made your way back home. Act 1. Lowland Ghosts. You awake from a delirious dream to find yourself in your childhood bedroom. Monkey watches you from the corner. You. We're traveling, are home again, finished thought. Let's say we are home again. Because your brother needs you. Because your mom died. You. We're traveling. Through the Midwest, across the Rockies, down the Pacific Coast. Through the Midwest? The freight cars rattled in the cold dusk as you crouched on the grainer porch. Suburbs, fences, traffic, flat country, all passing for miles. Then what? You rode in the back of a van from Chicago to Des Moines. You stole a heater from Walmart and brought it to the poorly attended house show. Des Moines to Kansas City to Denver. Across the Rockies. Your friends went south and you were glad to be alone. You spent long nights on those highways in a shitty sleeping bag. Down the Pacific coast. You were in California when the summer arrived. You recall the familiar smile on the face of an old man in the Central Valley ditch. That smile burned its image into your mind. Dismiss. You. Finished thought. Welcome to the core of Norco, the mind map. I like to think of it sort of like we are a detective, and this mind map is the evidence, the suspects, the people of interest involved in the mystery. So as we unlock things, as we explore these dialogues, as we find evidence or lack thereof, we will unlock nodes on this mind map to map out the whole story. So we started with who we are, and then we will move on to Blake, because when we said Blake, or when we said our brother, this Blake node unlocked. So Blake, your brother, is a lot, is oblivious, or dismiss. We don't really know. We know that Blake sort of never forgave us for leaving, and we know that Blake and Kay stayed in contact while Kay was traveling the West. So I'm going to say Blake is a lot. Younger, reckless, gets in trouble, spends sleepless nights scrolling. Edgelord, sensitive, compassionate, foolish, can't take criticism, always needs money, tries to help those he loves but often makes things worse. What else? Insecure, dysmorphic, constantly checking his reflection, always seeking validation. Was terrified of you leaving, and now he's terrified of you dying. When I think of him, I just feel guilty. No love or anything like it. Your brother is oblivious. Your grandma once said that she didn't expect much from Blake. She said he was short-tempered, oblivious, and couldn't focus. Blake was sitting in the chair across from her, staring down at a tablet. After she left the room, you asked how he felt. I feel fine, he said. Why? Because of what Gran said, you responded. He looked confused. What'd she say? Your brother? So that's what we know about her brother so far. We're getting sort of background information on our family. I believe Catherine will be our mom. Your mom died. The cancer metastasized. It was in her liver, then her lungs, then it was in her brain. She was on chemo, never finished her third course. At the hospice on Jefferson Highway, Blake said the traffic shook the building. He left before she drew her last breath. Alone with the morphine drip and the rotting glass, that's how Catherine died. Your mom, and that's all we know about her so far. Then we have Ditchman. The smile of the man who crouched in the ditch of the highway revisits her mind. His head was smudged with Wednesday ashes and mascara ran from his eyes. So Wednesday as in like Ash Wednesday, you get the sign of the cross and ash on your forehead and you wear it throughout the day as a reminder of that. So that was our mind map. That's the starting information we have for the mystery of what's going on here. I say mystery, like, your mom has died, you know why, of cancer, but your brother is missing. Sort of is the underlying thing. We're going to find out stuff later. Let's see. How do we interact with the world? We mouse over things until you see these symbols pop up. These interact symbols or these view symbols. And by viewing and interacting with things, we're going to learn stuff. So let's start out with monkey, because the first words, some of the first words we saw when we woke up was that a monkey was staring at us. Monkey, your best friend, a childhood gift. You spoke with him often when things got difficult, but then you left. He sat here for 5 years collecting dust. 5 years. His eyes fill with anger as he challenges you to return his gaze. Ready? Yes. Oh gosh. Oh no. Overwhelmed by the intensity of the monkey's gaze, you turn away. Let's try again. I think I know what's happening. You successfully meet Monkey's gaze with a cool assurance. However, his expression is unchanged. You stare more intensely. Ready? Yes. Anger melts from Monkey's face. Take Monkey. You draped Monkey over your shoulder. So now we have a party. We have Monkey. Monkey stares at you. You stare at Monkey. He stares more intensely until his gaze passes through you. You become invisible to him. Little circles of light pool in the doll's tired eyes as they watch the infinite space beyond your being. The air that hinges between your eyes and his is a vacuum of utter stillness. You look away. Yeah, stuffed animal. Companion. Monkey is draped over your shoulder. Let's find out. Let's look outside. Cool January air spills through the window. Commuter traffic glints along Apple Street as a pair of wrens weave out of the overgrown lot next door. We got pictures over here. A flyer from a show your friend put on a few weeks before you left town. A fight broke out while one of the opening bands played. I got whipped in the face with a bike chain. You still have a scar above your left eye. After the show, you and Blake walked the river back to Norco. You watched the sunrise over the grain elevators. Okay. You assume Million has been keeping the plants alive. Who's Million? Did we unlock something? No. We're gonna learn who Million is. We're books. Among the books on the shelf is a slim volume called Crisis LARPing. Read it. The proto-disaster tourism began almost as soon as the floodwaters left. Punks from across the country ventured into the Ninth Ward, Gentilly, St. Bernard, and finally the East. They curated a theatrical self-portrait of their lives in the ruins. The aesthetics of disaster were central to that emerging milieu. It began to percolate into popular culture. Collapse became the zeitgeist. Wise investors recuperated the experience of disaster. New Orleans became a plastic dystopia, a marketplace for crisis. Fascinating ideas. I guess let's go to the laptop. The laptop your parent gifted you idles on a shoddy particle board desk. This means Godfather, basically. Parent. Let's wake it up. As the screen illuminates, you notice that the signal in your house is dead. No internet! It looks like Blake was using the computer at some point. He left the browser tab open. Let's view the tab. Okay, so now we have like a message board interface. Modbot. Archived all YX2Q posts at this place. Anybody still post here? Nope. Place is a wasteland. Wanted to run something by you gents. Was knocking out Sac-a-lat in the spillway. Saw a big round glowing thing in the sky. Call that the sun, OP. Funny. Talk to somebody else. Seen it near the Parish Canal. Parish is what we call counties. Nothing like this, but birds in them swamps be acted weird. Looked like it was made of glass maybe. Would glow real bright. Then not at all. Moved fast. Best book pick I could get. All kinds of shit been happening out that way. That's the sun, dude. Get some sleep, OP. OP means original poster. Need cash fast? Install QuackJob. Use promo code BLEED3 for up to 0.005 Quack coin. Hello, the fuck kind of name is QuackJob? Just like the name sounds, full of lunatics. App's a way of getting you to join a cult, worse than that gang in the promenade. Can't trade that coin on any exchanges, everyone knows it's a Ponzi scheme. Seen this exact thing, OP still there? Seen at the base of the upper suction. So, maybe he either posted, we can't tell, we can't tell if he was posting or not. Maybe he was posting. What's this? A sticker from a grade school, half peeled from the window. Oh, thank you. Alright, so I think that's all we can get out of this room. So we'll be able to move to the living room. We got a couch, we got mail, we got a photo album, laundry, books, photograph, and we can leave. There's also a television. Let's start with the couch. Memories of sleepless nights, your mom sitting here staring through the window. There was a tension in her demeanor, as if you were interrupting some urgent and obligatory task. You'd continued to the kitchen with no words exchanged. But those nights were rare. I thought she hated me. I think those nights were rare. Many of them you don't remember. Ah, okay. We can go back and... No, never mind. We cannot go back and change our decisions, so that's fine. Let's look at the mail. A letter from Shield Oil sits atop a stack of mail. Shield Oil Community Notice. Dear neighbor, please be advised. There will be elevated flaring at the site of our number 5 stack near Good Hope on the evening of Thursday, March 19th. This will pose no health risk to residents. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Shield Norco Office of Community Engagement. A flare-up was sort of like what I was told, because I had numerous uncles work in the chemical engineering plants around the area, and what they told us about flare-ups was like either somebody made a mistake and they had to burn off like byproduct that was the result of that mistake, or something else. Any more mail there? No. We have a photo album, a family photo album. Let's look. Yellowing pages of disposable photographs. Your grandfather, a particular look on his face, impossible to read. So you saw at the bottom there, the mind map was updated with new information. Your mom staring at Blake through the obscure lighting. He's dressed as a vampire, tugging at somebody's waist. Pleated khaki shorts. A photo labeled Duck. Scene of a barbecue on the lakefront. The man at the center points playfully at the camera. His face is obscured. Turn the page and there's Blue, your father, though you've never thought of him that way. An easy smile on his face, a canister of dip shoved into his front pocket. You set the book aside. So we just got new nodes on our mind map. So Blue, our father, Pops Pierre, I don't know, our grandfather, and then a man named Duck. Let's start with Blue. Blue. It is a vague memory. You don't remember Blue, only the things he left behind. Photographs, cologne, tools, the name that your mother kept. Even the pictures that have survived are too faded to make out. So that's all we know about Blue. What about Pops Pierre? Your grandfather, Peter Pops Pierre Melançon. He passed away when you were a teenager. He seemed to court controversy, though as a child you never understood why. An old friend of yours, this is Duck. An old friend of your mom's. Your memory of him is scattered and vague, so we don't know much about these people, we just know they exist. And they might be worth asking about, or asking after if we're trying to find information about our family. You peruse the titles on the bookshelf. The western margin of the lake? Fensaline diaspora? Many tragedies have come to pass along the western margin of Lake Pontchartrain. The unnamed hurricane of YW9D left the settlements of Frenier and La Branche in a state of unrecognizable destruction. Those who survived did so by clinging for their lives to the limbs of cypress trees. The fables and secrets of those communities lie with the bones now scattered in the sediment of the lake. And then Fenceline Diaspora. In the end, we decided to leave. And I think it's Dime, but I would love to be corrected, because it's definitely not Dimes, but I think it's Dime. I have no way of checking this. It wasn't the cat cracker or the smells or the fear for our children's health that drove us away, though they played a part. Truth be told, it was the media attention, the spokespeople and activists and academics and all this. I was done with it. I was done being a poster child, done being thought of as a victim. I wanted my experience to be my own, not something to gawk at or dissect in a laboratory. I don't know what that's about, but that's fascinating. A photograph. A photo of your mom holding Blake as a baby on a beach in Pensacola, Florida. It's winter. You stand behind them, bundled up, and laughing as a gust of wind rakes the beach. The sky is bone white. Alright, so we've discovered everything we can. Oh, laundry. Your mom's unfolded laundry. Okay. Your mom's unfolded laundry. We have discovered everything we can. There is a TV, and I think we can look and turn it on. An old, defective flat screen that your mom never bothered to bring to the curb, so it won't work. You turn on the television. A chaotic distortion of your mother's memories flash before you. Let's tune in. I'm unsettled. Okay. I guess we're not getting anything from that. Let's leave the... Actually, okay, so that's our bedroom. That's the front yard. We can go into the kitchen as well. So we've got some things to look at here. Some pills. Nothing on the fridge, huh? We can go up to the attic. There's a microwave. Let's look at the pills. Your mom's painkillers are spilled across the counter. Good to know. You've discovered so many dead cockroaches in the microwave over the year that it's discouraged you from using it. For several months, a dead baby roach was stuck between the clock's display and the protective screen, blocking the hour. Blake finally shook the microwave aggressively enough that the roach fell into the guts of the machine. Great. You were always frightened by the laundry room. Great. Maybe we can get the internet back on if we go up to the attic. I thought maybe there'd be like a router up here, but it seems like there's just some boxes. There used to be much more clutter up here. You imagine your mom gave it away as the end approached. Okay. There doesn't seem to be anything else up here. Okay. So I guess we either go out the front door or out the back door. I guess if I have a choice, I'm going to want to go out the front door. I do have a choice. You always have a choice. So we have a front yard. We can go to the backyard. We can look at the house. We can go inside. We can look at Mary. There's a cat. Nothing in the tree. Let's look at the house. 3 times this house is flooded. The first flood. The first flood is barely a memory. Placing your feet on drenched carpet, your mom and grandfather ripping out sheetrock, sitting in a small RV in the backyard, setting dolls on a cluttered table. The second flood. You were 14. The pumping station failed during a heavy rain. You were in class watching the clowns move upriver. You got a text message from your mom. Stay in Destrehan. I'll come get you. For 2 weeks you shared a hotel room with your mom and Blake. She spent all her days gutting the house. In the evenings you would sometimes help. The third flood. You were 14. The pumping station failed during a heavy rain. You were in a class watching the clown move up. Did I clicked the third? I clicked the second flood again. Sorry. The third flood. Sorry, I need to imbibe some of that voice recoverer. Another pump failure. Your mom hired contractors with the insurance money. She said she was getting too old for it. You were bitter. You blamed her for not selling the house sooner. You stayed with friends in New Orleans. The foreflood. The foreflood will follow a slow hurricane, and it will be a calamity. It will leave the entire region submerged as critical levees breach. There will be a massive blackout that lasts weeks. Much of the sewerage infrastructure will be damaged beyond repair. The embattled federal government will do nothing to assist. It will bankrupt the region. Small militant enclaves will form along the high ground of the Mississippi River. They will take to piracy and hijack commercial shipping vessels. Private mercenary forces will retaliate in kind. Slowly, industry will flee this hot zone. The old river control structure will collapse from neglect and sabotage. The Mississippi River will again change its course. Norco, an old abandoned refinery town on a ghost of a river. Your house will be squatted and then razed. Cool! Let's look at this cat. Your mom fed the neighborhood strays. They must be hungry since she passed. And then here's Mary. We can look. Your grandfather's statue of the Virgin Mary sits in the shadows along the crawl space of the house. We can walk up to it. We can look. You observe the withered concrete and flaking paint of the statue. I could pray. I could inspect further. For now I'm going to disregard. We'll come back to the statue later. From my memory. It's like the one thing I remember. We can go out to the street, but let's head up to the backyard where we'll meet someone. Million, maybe. Let's look at the refinery. Our mind map is updated. The towns of the refinery wink and the towers. The towers of the refinery wink in a subtle and familiar rhythm. Let's check out that mind map. What do we got? Shield. Shield is an oil refinery. Shield Gulf South is a regional subsidiary of a transnational oil empire. It holds a large share of leases in the Gulf of Mexico and refines crude oil right here in Norco. The chemical annex sits on the other side of town from the refinery. It produces the feedstock for plastic consumer products. Shield owns half the town. Shield. So that's what we know about Shield. They're also a stand-in for a real company that I won't say the name of in these videos. Let's look at her truck. This truck was your grandfather's, so that's Papa Pierre. You remember riding in his lap while he let you steer. The dead wafts that collected behind the seat, the smell of grease, whiskey, and nicotine. You and Blake would drive this truck into New Orleans on the weekends. No AC, windows down. The rattling chassis was deafening, going 75 on Interstate 10. Million has been slowly repairing the vehicle since your mom's death. This is Million. We're going to talk to them later. A steel pry bar lies on the ground. Thank you. An old, disused motorcycle with extensive rust and wear. Alright, so let's talk to Million then. Oh, a crab net. A disintegrating crab net. Blue taught your mom how to make these, and your mom taught you. In the summers, you'd bike to the suction before sunrise, tie chicken necks to a net, submerge it, and nurse your coffee while waiting for a bite. Cool. Million. It's nice to meet you. Million sits in her characteristic slouch, lost in thought. Her carapace has taken on the rusted and weather-worn quality of the rest of the machinery in the yard. You recall the night that your mom showed up with her. You and Blake stayed up past dawn, poring over pirated API docs. Her ragdoll mass was slumped on the floor as you wrote the routing procedure. You wonder if such memories hide behind her constellation of eyes. The robot regards you casually. Speak. This is Million. She's a robot. Kay. This is where I choose to do voices or not. So here's Million's voice. Okay, you're awake. It's just my voice. Best sleep in years. The sound of the refinery did always help you sleep, didn't it? In any case, I'm certain I was no help. She gestures toward the motorcycle at the edge of the carport. I was turning over the engine on that bike to test the coils. It was quite noisy, but they're in good shape now. All I need is a fuse, and we can use it to get around while I finish repairing the truck. I heard the phone ringing inside, but I had my hands full. Where can we get a fuse? The gas station just up the road has them, but you may have to persuade Troy to let you in. Were you expecting a call? Many people have been calling since Catherine died. Your brother is usually the one to answer the phone, but I don't know where he went off to. I wonder where he could be. Likely at the bar or bookstore if I had to guess. Why would so many people be calling? Your mother left behind a lot of loose ends. From what little I know, I gather she was conducting research for a client in Fat City. I sense that many people would like to acquire that data. I am unaware of where she has hidden it. Perhaps Blake knows its whereabouts. Who exactly would want to see the data? Your mother spent her entire life researching this town. She knew histories that others have forgotten. History has a lot of value in this place. Who was this client? I haven't a clue. These aren't things she discussed with me. As the cancer spread, she became more guarded with her research. She finally worked herself to death. I took her knowledge for granted. She always kept strange company. I took her knowledge for granted. Your mother had a lot to teach, but she wasn't always the easiest person to get along with. So anyway, that's all. So our mind map has been updated. We now know there's Million, and Catherine has an update. So when things are updated, they revert back to this blue glowing frame. When we have exhausted all our knowledge, they get that orange frame. Million was a security android. She guarded the perimeter of the aluminum refinery in Gramercy. One day she ran away. Why? We don't know. Million was a fugitive. Once a fugitive, now just a relic. She spends hours in stasis beneath the house, like any discarded thing would. Million. Now, can we change our answers here? To find her family? What? No. Okay. So we can. We can absolutely... Why is it? There's a smiley face over here. It only lights up when I go over Million. Okay. Let's see what Catherine, your mom, was conducting research. For who? For a client in Fat City. Your mom? Finished thought. So now we know about a client. Your mom was conducting research for a client in Fat City. That's all you know. Succinct. So we got a little bit of got a little bit of more information from Million, and now we also have sort of a sub-objective. We need to find a fuse to fix the motorcycle so we can ride around. So we can go to the front yard or the kitchen. We'll go back to the front yard. Sorry, let me clear my nose real quick. This is going to be a longer break than I anticipated. I will be right back. Sorry about that, folks. I hope you enjoyed the ambiance of this front yard scene. A side effect of talking a lot for me is that I get congested. So I have to clear that out. I just saw that we could look at these birds. Three crows eye you from the power line. Oh, okay. Alright, so let's finally make our way. Wait, there's a window over here. The overhead light of the neighbor's kitchen illuminates yellowing wallpaper and unused furniture. Alright. Let's finally leave the confines of our small house and enter the street. The corner of Apple and 3rd. We can listen to these sisters. We can look at the snowball stand. There's something called Purdue PI. We smart for you? We snoop for you. That's pretty great. What else we got? Looks like all we got here, so let's listen to these sisters. I will not be doing voices. Little sister. The turtle. He crawled out the trash can. Don't touch him. See, he's dirty. No, he's not. Turtles are always clean. They live in water. Trash water is not clean. Let's go. Just let me stare a little longer. He's pretty. Okay. The two sisters continued to argue over the turtle that crawled out the trash can. The snowball stand is closed for the winter. Purdue private investigators. We snoop for you. The lights are on at Purdue private investigators. I could go... You knock? No answer. Okay. So this is Apple Street. We cannot go into Purdue PI, but it looks like maybe we will in the future. We can go to the Floodgate Tavern, Demi Discount, or Home. Let's just check out. This is the Floodgate Tavern. The Floodgate Tavern, many shield workers gather here after their shifts. It's closed. Should be open later in the evening. Anything else we can look at around here? Doesn't seem to be. Is this the mind map? No. Whoa. There's like a whole menu over here. That's crazy. My bet. For my money, this is probably, if I had to guess, if you had to put a gun to my head, I would say this is a stand-in for the Spillway Bar. A business that is no longer there. It's now a coffee shop that also serves drive-through daiquiris, as of the last time I visited home. But cool nod to an actual place that no longer is there. So I guess we have to go to Demi Discount. It's now added to the map. And there's something called Batcher. There's a film set, there's a freight loader. And look at this beautiful sky. I gotta say, the artwork in this game is amazing. The CRT effect is also really cool. But just, this is all 8-bit. This is all singular pixels painted and then animated, and it looks great. So let's check out this film set. A film crew is set up along River Road. Several floodlights illuminate a gruesome murder scene. Two men stand pensively above a corpse. Ooh, we can approach the set. As you near the set, a small, energetic man jumps from his chair. Director: attention, dumbass! Can't you see we're trying to shoot here? What are you filming? It's a detective drama called None of Your Goddamn Business. Any other questions? Sounds cool. Is this like a murder scene? Keep it up and it's going to be... Hey, you know what? Wait a second. You from around here? Yeah. We could use some cultural expertise, you might say. We're filming a Bayou cop drama and all these knuckleheads are from LA. An actor on set turns toward the director. I told you, Kevin, I'm from Texas. Oh, that's right, Noah. I forgot. Your Harvard-educated daddy bought a boutique ranch outside Austin. Well, that don't make you a cowboy, Haas. Now hush up before you scare off the yokel. The director returns his attention to you with a mild look of disgust. Help us out, will you? The script needs some work. What do you say? Fine. Great. Hey, Noah, get over here so you can learn something from this stupid redneck. The actor smolders. He whispers under his breath, I'm a redneck. Fine, Noah, you're a redneck, a real salt-of-the-earth kind of guy. But as luck would have it, we came across an even dumpier hayseed than you, okay? So just take a name. Alright, anyway, we need some good slang. What do you call a villain? A bad apple, a lowlife. An asshole? A bad daddy? A crawfish devil? I'm gonna mess with him. Crawfish devil. Crawfish devil? You nod solemnly. Wow. Now that is some spicy Louisiana shit right there. Did you get that, Noah? Write that shit down. Crawfish devil. Damn, that's good. That's sultry. Who says that? No one says that. No one at Juilliard says it, Noah, but we're down here in the muck. I've been hearing all kind of people say it down here. It just slipped my mind. Great, that's settled. One more thing. What's a more regional way of saying to murder, to kill? Slay. Send 'em home with the roosters. Slather 'em up with the oyster-flavored peanut butter? Let's not overdo it, I think. I'm gonna say, this is hard. Let's go for the funny. Oyster-flavored peanut butter? You maintain severe eye contact. Jesus, that's vile, that's repulsive, just like this fucking place. I absolutely love it. Noah. Yes? Slather him up with the oyster-flavored peanut butter. Got it? Yeah. Well, I'm satisfied. The crawfish devil slathered up another poor bastard with the oyster-flavored peanut butter. Sends a shiver down my spine. I seriously have to repeat this? This is how real people speak, Noah. It's how people talk outside Silver Lake, you understand? Real people are out here saying weird, gross shit all the time. So memorize that line, because that line is going to win me a Golden Globe. Oh, the director half remembers your presence. I'm pretty good at sourcing talent, aren't I? Always had a knack for it. I guess I owe you one. If you ever need anything, talk to somebody else on set. Just don't bother me. I'm busy. Don't get lost. Okay. A freight loader is being repaired in the Batcher Woods over the levee. We can go there. There's a drifter and a horse and a memorial. A lone horse drinks from the stagnant water pooled along the riverbank. A memorial languishes in the river mud. A 2x4 cross, plywood plaque, cairns of pulverized concrete. Sprayed haphazardly onto the plywood is a remembrance. Here pass the brave freedom fighters of January XW11, whose cries of liberty echo through the generations. And much smaller lettering, a different hand scratched fake across the bottom of the plaque. There's a stranger here, but I guess we'll talk to him. Let's look at him first. A man sits on a pile of flotsam, his head buried in his canvas jacket against the sharp air. Yeah, it's just a man. Stupid horse. The man's gaze stays fixed on the opposite bank of the river, never turning to you nor the horse. Can't stand that. I can't stand that. A lot of stupid in this world. Stupid people, stupid horses. I'm a little stupid myself. Then go get you a river drink. He spits on the dirt at his feet. You know what all they dump in that water? Hell of a cocktail. He spits again, wiping a string of mucus on his sleeve. What you out here for anyhow? Ain't you heard they got a criminal on the loose? Bringing the law around here, making things harder for the rest of us. Best be sharp, young one. Okay, Drifter. Can I talk to you again? Stupid horse. Nope. Alright. Well, we know we can get a fuse from the gas station. This is the Demies discount. Dime? Dimes? So many evenings spent watching traffic pass by this gas station. Little has changed. The neighboring business still sits abandoned. The surrounding streets are quiet and empty. Let's go. Well, well, well. Look who's back. What happened? Carnival forget you beside the road? And even brought your little doll. My monkey. That's cute. Wow, Troy, you look like shit. Not even gonna start with you. How come the rest of your family's so chill, but you so uptight? Like you know anything about my family. Bruh, ain't like Norco some big metropolis. I used to go out to LaBranch with Catherine and Blake while you were busy. Hell, what were you doing? Bleaching your hair or some shit? And now they got all these clowns like you saying Catherine dead? They wouldn't let her go that easy. You're trolling me about my dead mom? Trolling? You so damn sensitive. Can't say nothing around you. Your mom was excavating all along the rim of the lake. Mind map updated. She used to pay me to help from time to time, matter of fact. She needed somebody smart. Somebody vigilant. Somebody like me. Especially with Shield snooping around. I seen some wild shit out in them swamps with Catherine. I don't believe a word of it. Ain't asking you to believe nothing. And anyhow, this ain't story time. Not letting you in this gas station? Goddamn company that runs this dump did me dirty. They swapped me with an ATM machine for speaking truth. Ain't letting nobody through till I get an apology, very least. You clearly deserved it. Go huff some glue. If you really want to get through, go get me some of them pills your brother was selling. That might persuade me. Alright, I'm going to be rusty at this. We can fight him. And honestly, we should. Because he's talked shit about my family. I'm not going to go sell him pills. We're going to fight him. You joking, right? Trying to get wrecked? Alright then, let's go. Alright, so... we can attack as well. Ah. We got him! We beat him up! Alright, so that's the combat in this game. Each character... So we got to use our monkey because we have him with us. But each character that we... in our party will have different mechanics for fighting. For us, it's just rhythm, not rhythm-based, but sequence picking game, and for the monkey, it's the staring contest mechanic. But we learned some things about Troy. Troy knows your family. He was buying pills from Blake and occasionally helping your mom with her research. He says she was conducting research in the lake. It's good to know. And now we don't have to worry about him because he... well, when he recovers. Oh my gosh, look, there he is! Unconscious! Out in the parking lot. That's a funny, good detail, thank you. We got fuses, we got candy, there's a kiosk, price scanner, and I don't know what else. Dog food. Dusty bags of dog food line the shelf. Protein bars, bubblegum, breath mints, taffy, etc. A manual price scanner. The disembodied, illuminated head of the kiosk levitates silently in the browser tab. I guess we gotta pick up some fuses. Fuses hang on the shelf. You grab a fuse. I detect that you have merchandise in your possession. You must remove any unpurchased items from your backpack and scan them in order to exit the store. To use an item in an inventory, grab the item from the inventory to the intended target. Alright, so this is where we're going to learn about the backpack. We get our fuse, we put it on the price scanner. You scan the fuse. Thank you for your purchase. How's it? Can we talk to you? Good evening. How may I help you? You own this place? I am Discountware, a distributed cloud-based operating system for American Discount Southeast Incorporated. Semantic version number 16.3.3. Okay. The owner of this franchise is Perilou & Sons LLC. Discountware is licensed to Perilou & Sons via the Standard American Discount Southeast Incorporated Licensing Agreement. How do you like this job? I proudly perform the routine maintenance operations and procedures of 227 American Jesus franchise locations across the region. American Discount Southeast is a model company awarded for excellence in business and community service. Thank you for inquiring about American... You know Troy, that guy outside? Thank you for your inquiry. I'm forwarding it to Perilou & Sons. Perilou & Sons has declined to respond to your inquiry. So why Troy get fired? American Discount Southeast Incorporated prides itself on its outstanding mentorship and jobs training program. American Discount Southeast Incorporated works to ensure that each franchise location provides opportunities for career growth. At American Discount Southwest Incorporated franchise locations, we leverage automation and machine learning technologies to embrace the lives of all employees. Enhance. To apply for a position and oh my gosh, please visit. Okay, well, I'm good. Is that all you gotta say? Yeah. Guess we're done with this place. We got our fuse. And now we leave. Go back to Apple Street. The kids are gone. Time has advanced. Can we knock again? Still no answer. Well, let's go home. Let's go to the backyard. We can talk to Million. You got the fuse? Good. We'll be able to use the bike to get around town until I'm done with the truck. It concerns me that Blake still hasn't returned. He's been spending a lot of time at Sarpy Paperbacks lately. Perhaps we should look for him there? Well, let's go. The sky bleeds a color you knew as a child. Airline highway passes beneath your feet. Million has joined your party. Interact with party members by clicking their portraits in the party menu. If you're stuck, they may be able to help. Million shouts over the wind. The bike runs much better now. You can use it to get around during your visit. Where could Blake be? He spends much of his time at Sarpy Paperbacks. Perhaps we should check there. How's Blake been? The year that you left, Blake became uncontrollable. His behavior troubled Catherine deeply. He was beginning to remind her of your grandfather. After he was expelled from Destrehan, he began running drugs into the parish. He made himself many enemies. He put those things behind him after her illness, but now that she's gone, I'm uncertain what to expect. This place can ruin people. ... I won't apologize for leaving. No one is asking you to, okay? Oh, I clicked the wrong button. How have you been? I am always the same, Kay. Always the same. Is that bad or good? Whichever you prefer. Are you depressed? No. Love you, Mills. Thank you. What's it been like around town? S.H.I.E.L.D. has been expanding since you left. Catherine took your grandfather's boat into the lake to investigate reports of construction in the swamps along the shoreline. She assumed it to be unpermitted S.H.I.E.L.D. activity. She was unable to find any evidence of it, however. It was clear that she found something during that investigation. What was it? I don't know. Perhaps you do? I haven't spoken to her in years. How would I know? Has Blake not mentioned anything? I never trust what Blake says. In any event, something drew her to the lake in the months before her death. Well, that's all we got. We can look at the mine map. We've unlocked some more nodes. Reports of construction. Your mom was investigating reports of construction in the lake. She found no evidence of it, nor who might be behind it. Your mom was conducting research in the lake. Your mom was investigating reports of unpermitted shield construction in the lake. While there, she saw something. But what? Your mom? Something in the lake. Your mom saw something in the lake. That's all we know. Alright, so now we can pick up the map. And so we can go to Sarpy Books. We can go to DMA Discount, Home, Floodgate Tavern. This is the refinery. The sprawling Shield Industrial Complex. Long ago, it was plantation land, cheap and abundant, along the Mississippi River. The refinery grew in stages, slowly displacing surrounding neighborhoods. The chemicals annex came online later. Children of the enslaved became the neighbors of this machine. Towers. Carbon and alloy and stainless steel. Among the columns sits the catalytic cracking unit that rocked the town. Pipelines. The webwork crosses high and low, over and under traffic, and water and concrete, like veins, like gossamer, like neural circuitry. Lights. Everywhere, metal halide probing the river's expanse, coated patterns of warm sodium, and cold LEDs winking, thinking, knowing. Something to decipher in all that Norco light. I remember Blue. You only think that you do. When he died, part of her did too. So we can no longer interact with that. It's interesting. So this is Sarpy. Oh, so you see this expanse back here? That's I-10. It's Interstate 10. So you could literally ride an interstate past my entire childhood. Like all of this. This is probably Airline Highway. This is River Road. If this is Sarpy Books, it's probably New Sarpy. Yeah. We got some teens. We got a driver. We got a bookstore. Got some really chill music. There's a dog. Two teens nod and gesture excitedly while bouncing between topics. Can we listen to it? Where this dog come from? Don't know. She's been sitting here for a while. Seen her eyes? Them eyes are something, bruh. A stocky pit bull with piercing green eyes watches the horizon with a neutral demeanor. You reach down to pet the dog. She shows her teeth and growls softly. A young man leans against his station wagon while scrolling idly on his phone, his silhouette darkened by the fluorescent glare of the payday lender's sign. Started doing this rideshare thing a few weeks ago. Kinda hate it. Why? Pays like shit, spending hours a day making small talk is melting my brain, nearly broke an axle driving over a pothole in Hollygrove. This is my grandpa's car. If I trash it, he'll kill me. Drove anyone interesting? There's all types around here, but some guy I drove out to the middle of the swamp. It was like 2 in the morning, asked me to wait. He got out, took off his clothes, jumped in the bayou, came back a minute later with a bag. Toweled off, got back in. Found out to be pretty fucking weird, I don't know. And a while back I drove some lady to the medical district. She was an odd one. Seemed kinda sick. Asked me all kind of questions. Do I ever pick up random signals on the radio? Weird shit like that. There's just all types. I feel like that's gonna be important. I don't know why. Nothing else to really do out here, so I guess we'll go into the bookstore. Your mom used to come here to dig through the stacks. Among the heaps of used romance novels and westerns, she always managed to find some occult artifact. The owner is also the landlord. You imagine that's the only way he manages to keep a place like this running. Over the years, they've experimented with other revenue-generating schemes. For a while, you could get your phone repaired here. Then they tried selling vape cartridges. Then kratom. Then anime wall scrolls. LSU yard ornaments after that. You remember seeing online that they were trying to do some kind of acupuncture thing. In the end, the schemes always fail, and only the paperbacks remain. Well, let's go paperback. You wonder how anyone can read in this dim and cluttered bookshop. As your eyes adjust, you see Blake's childhood friend Erica waiting behind the counter to greet you. Kay? And Million. When do you get back to town? I've been in Norco for quite some time. Perhaps you are misremembering, Erica. Weird. I guess so. But anyhow, Kay, you're looking rugged these days, old friend. That's an intense scar above your eye. Got it before I left town. And the minute you return, you're right back in the mix, huh? Word on the street is you clean Troy's clock. That guy, my god, he's such a clown. Glad he finally got a little taste of what he deserves. Just doing my part for the community. Definitely. But enough about that troll. I was keeping up with your travels online, but you haven't seen you post in a while. I tossed my phone in the real grind. I respect that. Seems more and more common these days. I've been avoiding my phone as well. Helps that the connection has been so erratic. Been hearing of people chopping down cell towers, tearing fiber cables out the ground, trying to rip the internet apart. She nods into the ensuing silence. Back because of your mom, huh? Yeah. I'll miss the hell out of that woman. Oh yeah? I know it wasn't always easy between you two. I was around for some of the arguments. Blake would say she was a great person, but a terrible mom. I just hope you and your brother can find some comfort. That means a lot, thank you. Of course, I lost my dad a while back, also to cancer. He was a mean bastard. Picked up my sister and threw her one time, ended up giving her a concussion. I couldn't wait for him to die, and when he did, I danced. But as the years pass, I find myself thinking about him more. It feels good to hear stories about him. It's always complicated with this shit. Never easy. I worry about your brother. Your mom's illness was taking a toll on him. I watched him slip back into some bad behaviors. Have you seen Blake lately? Yeah, I saw him just yesterday. He hasn't been around the house? He has not. He said he was heading to Floodgate Tavern when I saw him. He may have gotten wasted. I know Gus let him sleep behind the bar a couple times. Did he know you were coming, Kay? He never mentioned it. Thought I'd surprise him. I'm sure he'll be relieved to see you. He's been resisting help, but he needs it. If I hear from him, I'll tell him to find you. There's a kitty named Crouton. There's Erica. Some assorted books. You scan the titles on the shelf. Don't be a vampire. Good Hope's Cemetery Easement. You pick the slim, self-published paperback from the shelf and flip to a random page. Another dark and lonely night spent in this cavern of despair hidden from the daylight. Blackout curtains are all that defer my eternal death. Not being a vampire would be sexy, but it's not. It's awful for your skin. I look pathetic. Also, blood tastes like bong water. Don't think it'd be like this. Good Hope Cemetery Easement, a carbon copy of a document authored by the St. Charles Parish Planning Committee. The document outlines the parish's intentions to secure a roadway through a 90-meter stretch of the Shield Industrial Complex. This easement would allow the descendants of those entombed to visit the Good Hope Cemetery. The grave sites are currently surrounded on all sides by the refinery. We can, do something with this cat, but I can't remember what it is. So this here is the illustrious Crouton. We found him behind the dumpster out back, licking cardboard. Whatever you do, don't try to pet him. He's a devil. I've got scars all over my hands from this damn cat. I'm gonna try to pet him. Oh wow, Crouton usually bites strangers. He must like you. He seems to be getting a little excited. Now, I've never seen a cat purr this hard. Maybe you two should slow down? I don't know what I'm doing here. No, really, stop touching the cat. Crouton looks like he's fixing to explode. Is he gonna... Oh gosh, we're gonna do it. Oh no. Ah! No, I got it wrong! Good pattern. Alright, I gotta pay attention here. Ah, I suck at this. One more time. If anything, I'm practicing for the combat. Alright, here we go. Whew. What the fuck just happened to the cat? Okay, goddammit, I told you to stop fucking with the cat. Did it just launch to the ceiling? What the hell just happened? Yay! You grabbed the phone case from the counter. We got a new phone case. And we got some information about Blake. Your brother headed to the Floodgate Tavern. He mentioned this to Erica when he dropped by Sarpy Paperbacks to see her yesterday evening. So, cool. We can, like, change our phone case somehow. I forget how, though. Let's do a save. We haven't saved the entire time we've been playing. Like, we should probably do that more often. I forget how to... Maybe it's the backpack? Oh. A phone case resembling crouton. Okay. I think we're done here. I do hope Erica is correct, and that Blake's absence is due to nothing more than another drunken night. My intuition leaves me with a sense that something is wrong. Do you feel it too, Kay? Does something feel strange to you? Alright. This is the other half of the gameplay. The main half of the game is Kay finding out what happened right before her mother's death. The second half we play as Catherine, months before she died. What brings you here tonight? I want a record for my children. I don't want to leave my kids alone. They may still need me. I understand. And you were referred by Mr. Richard? Duck. That's what everyone calls him. Yes, Duck. We followed his branch with some interest. Who hasn't? I gather we'll be discussing this in more detail as things progress. For now, let us begin with a simple exercise. I'd like to talk about your earliest memories. It's of pine trees, yes? That's right. Tell me about them. They grew from the concrete and cracked the driveway, and the concrete broke into pieces. They made your father upset. He'd see them and frown, but he'd remain silent. He'd sit quietly in the truck, dissatisfied. I wouldn't say a word. Speaking in those moments made you a fool in his mind. Your father's house. I couldn't wait to get out, and that's why you married Blue. Yes, to have somewhere to go. We bought our little place on Good Hope Street. The whole thing was a mistake. When I told him I didn't love him, it was in my father's voice. I told him I never loved any man. Was it true? That was a difficult night for you. It didn't feel real. Where was Blue? He sat at the window all night. The east-facing window? Yes. When you stood over him to apologize, you saw the flare stack of the refinery in his eye. I never apologized. So we can choose to remember or forget things, I think. So I'm going to save it all. How was it after that, and the time before he died? We circled each other in wide orbits. I'd hide at the center of the house nursing Kay, and only leave when I heard him step out. He'd sleep on the couch or next to her crib. He'd sing her old Cajun lullabies, pet her head, whisper to her about his life. And then there was the explosion. When the cat cracker blew, they say he fell 5 stories. We went to identify his body on a Thursday night. I remember the tempo of the streetlights. The police scattered across the East Bank. I carried Kay in a blanket. She never cried. Save it all, baby! Tell me about this man. I would see him from time to time around Norco. This was many years back. But several weeks ago, Blake saw someone passing by the house. I think it was him. Why? I just do. The robot is no longer there to deter him. Million? Yes. Could be it. What was your first encounter with Million? Let me think. She came to me in the parking lot. Kay was about 12 years old at the time. She knew Blue from his days at the aluminum refinery. I stared for a long time into her constellation of eyes. They swirled in a kind of desperation. I took her home, knowing it was another mistake. You were reckless in those days. I welcomed any trouble I could find. Save it all, baby! I don't know what this does. What is the significance of this image to you? It's... well, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. It's a sphere. It followed me in the lake. When? Recently, a few weeks ago. This is where Mr. Richards' branch factors into your biography. Duck's version escaped, a hard fork, an extremely rare instance, and grew into some kind of monster. It began speaking to me through the radio. It told me to install an app. An app? Yes. I think it has something to do with the thing, the sphere, whatever it is. But so long as it pays, I don't care, I can use the money. The app pays? Yes. I see. It seems this is the last control point that you submitted. Would you like to include any additional thoughts or memories? Anything not included in the intake form? No, that should be enough. I will now begin disconnecting the sensors. A slight feeling of nausea and disorientation is normal, and no cause for alarm. I thank you for your patience, Miss Madair. Madair, probably. Madair. Whoa, she's wavy. So as Catherine, we can kind of talk to ourselves. No idea what Super Duck wants from me. Better check my phone. Ma'am? Ma'am, are you okay? My eyes are just playing tricks on me, I guess. Vertigo and visual disorientation. Distortion? Are common side effects of a versioning session. Shall I contact our on-call physician? No, it's fine. Very well. Last name? It's Madair. First name, Catherine. One moment. Your hard head drive is fully synced. You have chosen our silver tier. Your product does not come pre-installed with adware blocking services and is provided as is, without warranty. You are eligible for a free sync anytime before the new year. Thank you for choosing the Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic for your cognitive versioning needs. We can check the phone, because we can check... What is this? Oh. We can change our phone case here? That's cool. Oh wow, we can see a conversation with Kay. Just checking in, please text when you can. I'm fine. Where are you, dear? Arizona. Where in Arizona? I don't know. Love you. Just checking in. Still in Arizona? New Mex. Be careful, it doesn't seem safe to be there right now. Call when you can. Getting worried. Kay? Blake says he hasn't heard from you. Really getting concerned. Please call. They put me on another round of chemo. Would love to hear from you. Call? Blake. Where you went, Ma? I'm out. I'm fine. Had to drop something off at your parents. Been gone a while. I had to make a couple stops. I'm okay, I promise. Blake, have you heard from your sister? Yeah, she said she's okay. Where is she? She didn't say. Dear, where did my pills go? In a meeting. We'll call back. Had to go this morning. We'll call. Ma, he came back around. I'll be home soon. Calling Uncle Chip. It's fine. Love you. Love you, sweetheart. Blake, can you hear me? Can you come to the living room, please? Something's happened. Out this evening, everything's okay. You need to stay home. I'll be fine, I promise. Love you, nerd. Love you, my nerd. Love you, ma. Sweet. Sweet stuff. Duck. Been a while, Duck. Too long, old friend. How's the weather on your side of the tracks? They had me on chemo. Terrible. I don't have long myself. They got me carrying around a tank. Blue's waiting for us. I don't doubt for that for a minute. Praise the glory of God. Something on your mind, Kate? Don't want to raise your blood pressure. Try me. Super contacted me. So he did. Don't mess around with that shit. Where you went. Don't mess around with Super, Kate. That thing's got no soul. Like to ruin what all it touches. I need the money. They don't take money where we're going. I can't leave it for the kids to clean up. Blue left them a little bit with how he went, but I was a fool. Don't worry yourself like this at the end. Find peace. No peace for me. Don't get mixed up with that thing, Kate. I'll tell you now, it won't go how you want it. Kate? God damn it, hope you're listening. And then, what is my direct? Welcome to Oxnard My Direct Medical Portal. This is your verification code. Do not share this code with anyone. You'll be online billing. So there's tons of bills. Really expensive bills. So she needed the money to pay off these bills. So that's why she's doing quack jobs. It says here I need to go to the Curious Duck. So she got some quack for installing. Meet contact at Curious Duck. Receive orientation. So we'll go to Perdido Street. The Interstate Expressway traces a scar down Claiborne Avenue from east to west. Claiborne? Claiborne. The bridge cuts east through the Tremé and the 7th Ward like places whose stories should be forgotten and left behind in haste. The pillars still tell those stories beneath the interstate. East above the Industrial Canal, the moldering strip malls, the narrowed expanse of the lake, the shrimp boats that prowl the black marble waves. East through Mississippi and the winter weeknight. Darkness, and onward to Florida where it terminates. West. West is the suburbs that Catherine calls home. West is the concrete expanse that breaks the clean and sharp at the St. Charles Parish line and gives way to the cypress swamps. Tupelo crowns spire above the overpass, silhouetted by an unnatural glow that leads to Norco. Ooh, a billboard. Oh my god, no! Okay. The uncanny smile of personal injury lawyer Martin Smart hangs above Interstate 10. His eternally coiffed hair clings desperately in his head. His hallmark blood-red tie catches the eyes of drivers speeding east. Just a click away, the sign reads. That's funny. Won't say the name of who that is, but it kind of rhymes. So this is Perdido Street. This is taking forever to start. I'm starving. You been any of these yet? No? What is it? Oh, my headset's dying. That's not what the man is saying. That's just what's happening on my end. I gotta take a short little break to get this headset switched out. And we're back. And we're back. And we're back. Yeah, we are back. Good. Oh, we're gonna wrap up Catherine's section, and that's gonna be today's episode for y'all. But let's keep going. No, what is it? A puppet show. They always start late. I told them I'd help them load the gear, so I'm stuck here till it's over. My stomach's gonna eat itself. A makeshift puppet theater. The curtains are closed. Maybe I'll come by later to see what this is about. A newly refinished Art Deco structure glows beyond the overpass. They turned Charity Hospital into art lofts. Disgusting. So this is... So from here we can go to the... Wait, this is Pierdo Street. We can go to City Hall or the French Quarter. This looks like... Hey, there's a duck there. That's the Curious Duck, perhaps. So we can go back to the overpass, and then here's City Hall. Alright. There's a window. A figure sits at a desk overlooking Duncan Plaza in the deepening winter night. He watches the fingers of a cool front emanate the tops of oak trees in the park. He watches the last remnants of commuter traffic leaving Canal Street, the pulsing taillights, the shift workers running towards the bus. Okay. Why is he doing that? But we need to meet somebody at the Curious Duck, correct? Just want to check. Make contact with the Curious Duck. Okay. I'm going to leave you for a moment at this bustling French Quarter scene. Enjoy the ambiance, and I will be right back. I mean, who doesn't love people watching down in the French Quarter, am I right? You see all types of interesting people there. So we gotta meet somebody at the Curious Duck. But it's closed to us. We can look at these people, listen to the crowd. And that is why Marie Laveau opened a t-shirt and camera shop on Royal Street. That's not scary at all. I paid for a ghost tour. If we're just gonna look around looking at t-shirt shops, I want my damn money back. This is a farce. What kind of tour guide are you? Well, technically I'm not one, but... Excuse me? My roommate is. Then where is he? Long story. I came all this way because the website said it'd be fun. I'm having an alright time. This city was supposed to be enchanting. Anyone trying to score some Molly? I hate New Orleans. Oh no. Oh no. This city is just one big scam. A hot dog vendor sits behind a large plastic cart. He looks up eagerly as Catherine approaches. Oh, hey, hi. He watches Catherine with a silent grin. So is this... I'm Flannelass. Flannelass? And these, he makes a grand sweeping gesture above the pot of vague meat, are my hot dogs. Would you like one? Sure, what the hell? What the hell, I'm dying anyway. Really? You're buying a dog? That's fantastic. That's great. You seem a bit surprised. It's just been a while since I've gotten some business. Been a little slow. Haven't ordered new dogs in a while. So these are old dogs? Nothing to worry about. They keep well. How old? Business was popping like I was doing really well back in YX2D. YX2D? That's nearly a decade ago. How would you like yours dressed? Tell you what, think I'll pass. I'll be here all night. Anything else I can help you with? What? What? How's your night, ma'am? Alright. No complaints? Glad to hear it. You wouldn't have any change to spare, would you? Sure. Sure, but all I've got is $1. Really appreciate that. Change has been hard to come by this evening. Didn't know we'd be going head to head with Sketchy Santa. His sign says he's raising money for veterans. Last night it was for leukemia. Night before that was something else. I respect the grift, but he stole our corner. He may need help. Sounds like he may need some help. I don't doubt that, considering he tried to kill us. Yeah. With a knife. Wow. It was dull, so it just bruised a little. Well, that's understandable. He probably thought you were trying to jump him or something? Surely it was self-defense. You think I deserve to be stabbed by a dull knife by a crazy Santa Claus? That's not what I meant. I just... Get out of here, lady. Yeah, that's fair. Well, ho ho ho. Santa's eyes rolled wildly in their deep sockets, his mouth twisting a smile. How are you, dear? Got $1 to spell? Help spread some Christmas cheer? I gave my last dollar away. I just let go of my last dollar. What? That dollar was for me! Oh no. How about it? Oh. Whoops. I think I made a choice with, knowing. Let's just go to the Curious Duck. There's a small plaque next to the door that says Curious Duck. This is the place. Door's locked. Door's locked. Anybody know anything? Curious Duck's door's locked. What's with this shop over here? I was told to come by, but the door's locked. The Curious Duck. Rosie doesn't let anyone unless they know the secret knock. What's the secret knock? I can't say, sorry. It's urgent, please. Well, I do need some business. Alright, I'll buy one of these old hot dogs. You won't regret it. Doubtful. How much? Just $14? Is that a joke? What a joke. Christ, do you take wallet transfers? Cash only. Damn, well, what if I send some business your way? Then I'll show you the knock. Fine, it's a deal. Alright, so we know somebody who's hungry. Oh, there's a crowd now. A crowd has arrived to watch the show. This is taking forever to start. I'm starving. My stomach's gonna eat itself. Do you consider yourself an adventurous eater? If you like to live dangerously, there's a guy selling old hot dogs up the street. Sounds like a delicacy. Always looking for ways to fortify my intestines. The show's getting started. I'll go grab one after it's done. So I guess we're gonna watch the show then. The show is getting started. I should take a seat. Deep in this cypress hollow I hide. I mourn this evening, my last child has died. They hang hooks from the trees with chicken thighs. They shoot bullets in our heads between our eyes. It is a curse that I am the last to survive. I was once captured by a fisher fool who called me his own. He walked me like a dog along the sinking streets. He fed me strange plants and deli meats. He covered me with blankets when I went to sleep. I left on the night of a monstrous flood. The fool has not rested a single night since. He stalks these bayous each night, hoping to see my eyes shine. He calls me a ridiculous name that was never mine. Tonight I shall shine my eyes at him. I have a request. Kill the shrimp-catching man who killed my children. Remove his head. Bring me his skull. Do this and you may leash me like a dog. I skipped the word again, I'm sorry. Now it's time to play a minigame. We get an achievement if we can do this without bumping into the land, so we're gonna try to do that. Hello, fisher fool, you've trolled this bayou for many nights. Here I am, the one you're trying to find. My child hangs dead across the lake. Bring me the head of the shrimp-catching man, the one who captures the small ones. Peel the flesh from his skull. Do this and I'll be your dog again. Alright, so we'll try to... I'm gonna go slow so I can try to get this achievement without bumping. The faster you go, the less you can see. That's like the gimmick here. But there's no time limit, so. Ooh, these narrow little waterways are... Ah, I hit. It doesn't matter now. Let's just go. Been a long time since I've seen anyone down this bayou. They aren't too frightened anymore. Biggest alligator ever to hunt this lake. She makes her den just across the way. She took my child from me. I buried him where I found him, near where she stay. I visit that site daily, hoping I might catch her, but she knows better than to show her face. We'll want to cut out that big skull of hers. That'd be something worth bragging on. I'd like to be a roadside marvel. That'd be money to make. I see that rifle you're holding. What you say? I side with the swamp. Whoops. The alligator head's dead. Where my meat hook fastens to the limb of a cypress tree. Yes, that's kind of much, so, you know, I side with the swamp. You did my bidding, fishing. I forgot the voice. Just like an obedient dog. Each day you held me captive, my patience reigns. You'll not humiliate me again. Consider this your last mistake. Oh no! I guess I shouldn't have sided with the swamp. I relish the horror that struck the fisher fool's eyes. I first took one limb but left him alive. I made him crawl like a dog before he died. That was fun. What a fun little time for kids. The crowd is discussing the show. Show's over, but the crowd hasn't left. Maybe they're hoping for an encore? And then this guy has gone over here. Guy from the puppet show. Guess he followed my food recommendation. Hey, this is pretty tasty. Thanks for the rec. I like it another one. Just wait for it, pal. Hope you know where to find a bathroom around here. That's what the Santa sounds like now. Hi, hey, thanks for sending some business my way. No problem, but we had a deal. Deal? You're supposed to show me the knock? Oh, well, sorry, Rosie would be upset. Are you kidding? I sent you business. Show me the knock. That was the deal. Well, okay, but I'll only show you once, so here, listen. Did you get it? That was the secret knock? Very secret. That's how everyone knocks. Exactly. Who would suspect it? I don't have any dollars. I guess we do the knock. And Catherine knocks on the door and hears the subtle sound of its unlocking. Well, that was annoying. Oh, whoops. Let me go in, please. Crouton, this cat looks familiar. Don't touch the ball. Suppose you think you can come in here with your soft little hands and touch on my magic ball? Don't work like that, love. Now I gotta clean off the smudges. I see you've been eating french fries, greasy hands. Nasty. You must be one of them super duck people, always coming around here looking down at their cell phones. Greasy hands, terrible. The app said I should come here? The app? Yes, ma'am. Something not right about you. You a drug head. I'm sorry. Is this the right place? It is. Just calm down, love. You made it. Dallas will tell you what's what. Go talk to Dallas. I called him when I heard you trying to break into the place. Hell of a racket you were making. Jiggling on the handle like you couldn't get a hold of it. Now I see why. Dallas will be right out front. I don't got time to be babysitting you. Now that I got to clean up all this. Stains all over my ball. You even checked your shoes before you came in. They're clean. My shoes are clean. Well, I know that's a lie. And one last thing. That gemstone you got hanging from your neck, that thing ain't real. I know. Trashy. Oh well, I was just looking at stuff. Mass-produced novelty voodoo dolls and tribal figurines clutter the display case. Plasmic simulacra of ceremonial masks hang on the wall. An odd jumble of Mardi Gras beads and other trinkets spills from the table. Novelty New Orleans themed t-shirts line the back wall. I said don't touch my ball, love. Why are you still here? Go find Dallas. Let him deal with you. Alright, I guess we'll go find Dallas. I'm guessing this man is Dallas. Guessing you're Catherine? That's right. Rosie debriefed you? Was that a debriefing? I don't know if that's what I'd call it, but sure. She could be kind of... He casts his gaze into the sky and back to Catherine. Never mind. Quackjob should have a ticket with the information we need. No reason to stand around. What's Super Duck? What exactly is Super Duck? It's a way of making money. Right, but it's an intelligence of some kind. I don't know its purpose. Don't know why it exists. None of that. There are nodes all across the region. Points where you can speak with Super Duck directly. These are all things Rosie should have told you. Not surprised she didn't. Tell me about Rosie. What's Rosie got to do with any of this? There are a dozen or so rendezvous points in addition to the nodes. Rosie's shop is one of them. She must be making good money offering her place to the network. Probably the only reason she keeps it going. That she's sold merchandise in years. Locks the door to discourage customers. Guess you could call it a front. Have you been on Quackjob long? How long have you been using this app? Been doing this since before there was an app, but Super says use the app. I'll use the app. Makes no difference to me. Well, let's go. I'm ready. Me too. Check the app and let's get moving. Only reason I ever came to the quarters for work. I'm at the rendezvous point, so now what? Check your phone. Quack, I don't have the important information. You got any more? How'd you get involved, Super Duck? This all used to happen on Craigslist. Post showing up, the strangest things. I was bussing tables uptown, couldn't swing rent, and I had a kid to feed. Started responding to the listings. The first one I ever did was to steal a hard drive. Broke into a man's house in Norco, stole it right out of his office, brought it to another house. The people there were just like me. Just like you, how? Didn't know shit. They were there because of a post, just like I was. The house wasn't theirs. Nobody knew whose house it was. They plugged the... Oh, it's a head drive, not hard drive. They plugged the head drive into a wall. They gave me some cash. I left. How about it? I ain't got no dollars. Okay, I just wanted to show. Oh, check the app. I'm silly. Receive orientation. Receive orientation on Eagle Janitorial and Paperwork Supplies in Fat City. So... Oh, whoops. Is that what I have to do? I'm confused. An armed security guard greets Catherine as she enters the building. He sits on a wooden stool next to the walk-through metal detector. Good evening, badge please? Damn, I left it at the house. There are no council meetings scheduled for this evening. You'll need an employee ID badge later. Okay, that's fine. I shouldn't have been here anyway, I don't think. A man holding a skateboard scrolls on his phone. Beautiful night, huh? It's lovely. There's finally a cool front. Been waiting months for it. Come out here most evenings. No one bothers you around this time. Plus you see a different side of this place. What do you mean? How so? People pass through these buildings at night you'd never expect. You know the, what do they call themselves? The Greys? Can't remember the name. No idea. The kids that squat at the Promenade Mall? They're obsessed with Kinner John? Nope. Then it probably wouldn't mean much to you, but anyhow, I see them come in and out of City Hall almost every night. I know it's them because my buddy Bruce got wrapped up in that stuff. Before you get initiated, they make you wear these goofy red polo shirts. Then once you're a full Greg, Gary, whatever, you get to wear the blue polo shirt. Sounds like a joke, and it is. I don't think they realize it. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff I see around here at night. Why do they come? What would they be doing here? I wish I had a clue. I'm supposed to go to Fat City. Where is that? Right? Receive orientation at Eagle Janitorial and Paper Supplies at Fat City. Dallas. Dallas, help me. Dallas. Well, I'm gonna listen to him again. Yeah. Dallas, Rosie. Oh. I don't know where Fat City is, y'all. And we're seeing repeats of stuff. Alright. I don't mean to keep coming in here, lady, I'm sorry. How do we get to Fat City? Uh-oh. We lost y'all. Oh. We need to call a ride to Pet City. Yeah. Okay. Figured it out. The doors are locked. The office is closed. A steady beat of traffic lights the sky along the causeway. The galvanized steel door to the supply warehouse is half opened. What the fuck? Gathered. Oh, it's doing voice work. And that is Act 1 of Norco. I think with that, with Act 1 completed, Act 2, Refinery Eyes, will be covered in the next episode. Once I can get to a point... Can I save here? Yes. So we're going to cover... We cannot save here. Oh no. Now we can save. I didn't see what it said. Okay, well, we'll read it back later. But that's going to be our episode for today. I hope you enjoy this new series of mine that we're doing. We're going to play through all of the acts of the game. I don't remember how many there are. I'm going to say 5, like a Shakespearean play. But we're going to cover this all. We might not do... It might not be 1 act per episode, per se. We'll take it how it comes. But for now, I've been your host, Bear Arms and Fire. This has been Norco, and I hope you're enjoying it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.